freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same. And if you and I don't do this, then you and I may well spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 370 of Gun Freedom Radio, where we engage, we educate, and we inform. We are brought to you by azfirearmsauctions.com, where you set the price on guns, ammo, and accessories. I am one of your hosts, Cheryl Todd.
And I'm the other guy, Dan Todd. Our theme today is Armed Women of America, and our guest is Helen Moore. Helen is the Executive Director of Armed Women of America. The mission of Armed Women of America is to enable women to be their own self-protector, creating freedom, peace of mind, and confidence in themselves.
Welcome to the show, Miss Helen.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
We both live in Arizona, right? But
Yes.
We had to go all the way to Nevada to meet each other at the SHOT Show. But I was so happy that we did, because I was really unaware of this big, new, exciting thing going on with the Armed Women of America. So talk to us about this group and how it intersects with the Well-Armed Woman, which is the name that I think everybody pretty much knows across the nation. And first of all, let me just say, the name is brilliant. Armed Women of America. I couldn't believe that was even available as a URL.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time for us. The organization became a nonprofit in 2015 as a part of the Well-Armed Woman LLC. So we were formed as TWAW Shooting Chapters, Inc. in 2015, and the organization has just grown tremendously. We have over 10,000 members. We have almost 300 chapters. We're in 48 states. We are women teaching women defensive handgun skills. Our chapters embrace women who have maybe never touched a gun, never fired a pistol before, through women who shoot competitively. It's an opportunity that chapters meet once a month, and they have an educational component and they have a shooting component. So it's an opportunity to spend some time with like-minded women, learning, improving, sharing firearms skills. In 2020, the founder, Carrie Lightfoot, took a step back from the shooting chapters, and we there was a lot of confusion about, well, you're all well-armed women. And so, and TWAW Shooting Chapters, our legal name, doesn't really say who we are. So the decision was made that it was time to rebrand. And in December, we launched our DBA, Armed Women of America, and we are really excited about that. We feel like it's a name that says who we are. Our mission is still the same. Our vision is still the same. Helping women have confidence in the skills, the knowledge, to protect themselves and their family.
Absolutely. Well, Carrie is a personal friend. She's been on the show several times. And, I do know that the work that all of the ladies that she has brought into this field and inspired is really, it's top notch, and it's done for the right reasons. right? This is trying to empower people, help keep people safe. I'm part of a group called the DC Project, and our hashtag is education, not legislation. Why? Because education is the key to safety. And that's what you're doing every single day for women, not just here in Arizona, but all across the nation, right?
Yes, and it's important. I'm a strong supporter of law enforcement, but the reality is, if you're in a crisis situation,
Mhm.
the police are not going to be there in 10 seconds, and that's maybe all the time you have to make a decision to protect yourself, protect your family. And so making sure that everyone has the opportunity to have the ability to do what they need to do in a critical situation is very important to us.
Boy, absolutely.
Right. And I like it that it's not just learning how to use a firearm, but it's learning situations, your surrounding, your elements around you. And then if you do need to use a firearm, what do you do next? There's so much to it. It's not just taking somebody out shooting. And I'm jealous because if guys went and did a armed men of America, all they do is talk about how they're better than the other one. So really it's good that your women can do that. And plus the fact that women network so well
Mhm.
that, I mean, that's a super plus, that it's just going to help the firearm industry so much better, and our rights, keeping our rights
Right.
better.
And women are the largest growing segment of first-time gun buyers in the United States for the last year. So we want to be a vehicle for them to learn good safety and handgun skills from the very beginning. And
Yes.
women learn differently than men.
Mhm.
And so all of our chapter leaders are volunteers, and they're all certified instructors.
Mhm.
So it's women. Now, we respect that men have a lot to offer.
Absolutely.
We bring in men instructors from time to time, but it's really an organization that is women empowering other women.
Mhm.
They've come out of a domestic violence situation, and it's not just learning the handgun skills, it's developing the confidence to take care of themselves. And like you said, situational awareness.
Mm.
And because I think for us, the last thing you want to do is have to pull your gun out of the holster.
Mm.
Right.
But
In
if
an
you
emergency
do,
situation, yeah.
want to make sure you know how to use it and how to come out on top of that situation.
Yeah, it's funny because
Absolutely.
criminals, it's not funny, but criminals look at people and they look at for people that aren't aware of their surroundings.
Mhm.
They're just kind of like paying attention to their phone or their kids or whatever else, and so they can have the advantage. But when they see that people are looking around and aware of what's going on and confident that when they're walking down the street,
Mm.
they tend to stay away from that person.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
awesome,
they're looking for the easiest victim.
right?
Yeah, they're
Uh,
predators.
and
That's what they're doing.
yeah,
They're
and
engaging in predatory behavior.
Yeah.
and so that's why the developing that broad-based skill. That's why having the educational piece before going out on the range to practice the actual gun handling skills is so important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure. So, what do you, Helen, see as your main mission as being the executive director?
So my focus is infrastructure building for the organization.
Mhm.
Our membership is growing significantly, and it's important that our chapter leaders have all the resources they need to support that growing membership,
Mhm.
that we're providing good educational opportunities, both for leaders and for new members at all skill levels.
Mhm.
We're a nonprofit, but it still takes money
Yes.
to run the organization. So financial management is part of my responsibility, finding sponsors to help us underwrite those programs so that it's affordable. So membership is $75 a year. We want it to be affordable for everybody that is interested. And we have some scholarship programs for those that truly need the opportunity and don't have the resources right now to do that. So it makes, I have a background in nonprofit management, and I've tried to most of my life in nonprofit work for organization whose mission I have a passion for. And when this job became available, I've been with organizations since April. When I interviewed for the job, it was like, this is my perfect job. This covers all the things that are important to me. And so it was an awesome opportunity when I was offered the position to come into an organization like this and be part of the continued growth and expansion.
Well, and what a time in history, because we have, depending on whose numbers you look at, easily 8, 10, maybe even 12 million brand new first-time gun owners who, I'm sure there are some that are, kind of doing the Christmas puppy thing where, all right, I bought it and I don't really know what to do with it, and I'm going to stick it in a safe or on the closet shelf somewhere. But I would want to say that the vast majority, they do want to know how to engage with this tool. They do want to connect with a broader community of people. And what a perfect time for your organization to be, rebranding and really saying exactly who you are, the Armed Women of America. I think it's so perfect. And I think you're going to be able to serve people in a way that maybe no other organization could.
Yeah, we, there are other organizations out there, but we feel like our niche is really the skills development. And during shooting on the range or even state shooting events, the competition is with yourself to be better, your target to be better, for you to be faster, more accurate out of the holster than you were last time. And it's so awesome to see all the other women that you're shooting with cheering you on.
Absolutely. Do you have a background? Like, were you raised with firearms, or is this, kind of, you're using your other skills in this arena? Where are you on that spectrum?
So I was not raised around firearms. My dad had a hunting rifle, and I think that in my lifetime, I can remember him hunting maybe twice. We were outdoor recreational people, but hunting was not, he was a fisherman. So in my part of my late misspent youth, I had a friend who was really into firearms and just getting into it. So I thought, well, this is something kind of interesting that we can do together. And so I went with him shooting, and I did a little shooting, but the guns that I was using were his. They were way too much gun for me. Didn't fit my hand. It was too heavy. It was a 45 caliber 1911, and I'm, small hands, not real strong. So, and he was like, you're just not very good at this. And I was like, okay, so I'll just go with you. And then I worked for the National Pawnbrokers Association, and half of our members there were FFLs, Type 2 license. And I worked a lot with the regulatory part of the FFL. So working with the ATF and with NICS and with the FBI on gun tracking And so I had contacts and experience on that side of it, on kind of the retail side. So when I when I had the opportunity to come and so, you know, I got my very own first gun in September. And
Well,
it's
congratulations.
I know, I'm so excited. I felt like such a grown-up.
Yes.
And it's great because the other members of the chapter that I shoot with let me try different guns before I bought one.
Mhm.
And so that I was able to kind of get a feel for what I might like. I was able to do the a 250 pistol class at Gunsight. And
Nice.
used a couple of other guns up there and really was able to improve my skills. By that, I mean, I hit the target more often than not with that. And so it's, you know, I've always been a strong advocate of the Second Amendment.
Mhm.
And whether you choose to be somebody that carries concealed every day, whether you are someone that keeps a gun in your house to feel safer, or you carry a gun in your car because you're traveling someplace where you might be stranded and who knows what. I think that it's everybody has their place
Mhm.
in the world of firearms. And
sure.
if you're not somebody that's comfortable with shooting a gun, owning a gun, that's okay.
Mhm.
But for me, it's nice to know that there's somebody with me that does.
Yeah, and there's a place that you
Right.
can go and get the training and the confidence, right? The Armed Women of America.
Yeah. Well, Helen, a little bird told me that you're going to be a speaker at our 9th annual Second Amendment rally in Arizona. That's February 19th.
Yes.
Can you give us a little idea what you're going to talk about?
Well, kind of like I just said, I feel like what I have to offer is that the Second Amendment protects all of us,
Mhm.
whether we own a firearm or not.
Mhm.
And it is essential that we protect that and speak to how important it is for women
Mhm.
to take charge, take responsibility for protecting themselves and those they love.
Mhm.
And so that's where my message will come from, is from my heart, and why I think it's especially critical right now, which at this point in my life, it saddens me, but I feel like tyranny in this country is right around the corner.
Mm.
If
Yes.
we do not stand up and say, no, this is a free country,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to comply.
Boy, see, that's the thing. And I think that that is maybe even more powerful coming from somebody who, didn't grow up with guns. You're
Mhm.
not part of our Second Amendment echo chamber, because, whatever group you're in, you do tend to find yourself in a little bit of an echo chamber. And it's always so important to be able to understand, are you being welcoming to others that didn't grow up the same way we did, and don't have, all the acronyms down as we're, talking about things, and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that the fact that you do come from a world that wasn't steeped in guns and
Mhm.
Second Amendment rights and all that, is actually more powerful for you to be able to be sure that your organization keeps that door open, keeps the conversation flowing for people that would be brand new and not sure if they're even welcome into this
Mhm.
this whole world. And then the other thing I want to say is that, speaking at a rally, we've had some people even gun store owners that we've said, hey, come on out and be a sponsor for the rally, or be a speaker. And their response is, oh, we're not political.
Huh.
And I'm saying, well, neither is the rally, and neither is the Second Amendment. It's party or Bill of Rights. And so, helping people understand through your voice, this is not a political stance. This is
right, because we're a 501c3. We don't take a position on political issues, but we can and do provide information about the value of gun ownership and the importance of being skilled in the use of that firearm. It kind of surprises me how many police officers only go to the range to qualify once a year. It's like your life depends on this. Come on.
It's true.
It's strange that you said, that it's a political issue. It's really not a political issue. You're right. But it's like
in our Constitution that's for everybody.
The other side made it political because they're trying to take away our rights. And now it becomes a political issue because this is our right. This is what we do.
Yeah.
But what I'm really excited about is, there's been over, I don't know how many millions of brand new gun owners this last couple of years. Brand new. These are people that are itching
people like me.
Right. They're itching for education. They're itching for friends that are involved. We hope that the people didn't just buy a gun and put it in their nightstand and walk away from it. We hope that they get involved and they get to be responsible and get training and talk and interact with other people that are also first-time gun buyers. And I think we're going to see a lot of that at the event on the 19th. And I'm hoping that our speakers will address that we have open doors for you. We're here.
Well, and you guys are going to have a booth as well. Am I correct in that?
I think so. Yes. Trying to round up enough
volunteers
to back me up. But I personally know what it feels like to be kind of intimidated about, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Where do I get training?
Yes.
How do I know I'm going to a good instructor? And how do I know what's the right gun for me? Because the guy at the gun counter is gonna, or maybe woman at the gun counter, sorry, didn't mean to be pigeonholing anybody, but they're gonna try to sell you the most expensive gun or the one they're gonna benefit the most from. That might not be the right gun for you. And quite frankly, having your husband take you down, or worse yet, buy you a gun and say, look what I got for you. That doesn't mean it's the right, and even for women, what is right for me may not be right for you. And
Helen, I am 67 years old. I've owned 3 gun shops. I have to tell you, I will confess to the millions of people out there right now that I am intimidated when I walk into a gun shop. And with my experience, and so I look at that and I see when a woman or a new gun owner wanted to be a gun owner, walk into our store, it's like I was overly wanting to make sure that they were comfortable, because I went into a gun shop a couple of days ago. I was nervous. Why? I know probably more than everybody at the counter combined. I've been there, but I just am. And it's because it's just how it was. And it's I'm so happy that women are getting more involved in this sport and the right to Second Amendment rights and stuff, because they are going to change all that. They are the ones that have the open arms. They are the one that don't force you, push things to you, but suggest things to you. And that's what we need. And any gun shops listening now, if you don't think that, our gun shop, we never sold a gun because we had more of them or because we needed to get rid of them. We really concentrate on trying to get the customer what they wanted. And so
not all shops are like that,
no, they're
clearly,
not.
as we're saying, but good points.
it's the shooting chapters are great because you're not just learning skills, you're also having an opportunity to explore different things. And, you know, it's like, okay, I got this gun. So what kind of a holster? Or, oh, you know, that holster looks good. What do you think of that? Or, yeah, I got this belt and it's great for me because it, you know, it hooks where I need it to be. And I'm not a real tall person. And Cheryl, if I remember correctly, you and I are, you know, similar stature there.
About the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And so finding a holster, because I'm pretty short-waisted. So there's not a lot of draw room, so to speak. And finding a holster that sits in the right place that I can get it out effectively and quickly was kind of tricky. But I talked to a whole bunch of ladies and said, you know, well, what's working for you? And, you know, do you like that? And why do you like that? And so it just having that opportunity, and on our Facebook pages are, you know, wealth of information. Oh, I just got this new, or somebody just came out with this product, or I just discovered that, you know, oh, shooting pants that are actually made for women.
Oh, forget about that. Oh my gosh.
There's shooting pants?
Yes,
there is,
tactical pants or whatnot.
Really?
So yeah, there's a 511 store, and I'm going to call them out, but here in Glendale, I hear Peoria. So I went over there, and whatever size number is normally on my pants, I had to go 3 sizes up because they're not built for curves. Even the women's cut, they're not. And I am a curvy girl. And I just ended up feeling like terrible by the time I came out of the store, because, you know, you say, who cares about the number? Well, I'm sorry, women do. We do.
Do they have shooting socks too?
They might have had I'm not sure about that. But anyway, you're right. There's a whole world out there that, you know, and it's nice to have somebody to go to on Facebook, or a friend that you had at your shooting class with the Armed Women of America chapter, and be able to say, all right, if I go 3 sizes up, these 511s, they fit nice and they look good and they work well. Is there something else out there that, you know what I mean? And to share recipes, basically, right?
Yeah. It's like, did you know there are leggings now where they're designed for concealed carry? I'm like, no, I can get behind that.
Leggings for sure. Give me elastic. I'm a happy girl.
That's from those jeans. Like, I have to wear jeans with buttons and zippers.
What is that even? A belt? No, I don't even own pants. Okay.
I don't have room for that. Come on.
All right. Well, this has been so great. And Miss Helen, I'd love for you to tell folks how they can continue to follow the great work you're doing. I know you are still, we're sitting in the studio on Monday, February 7th of 2022. So, you know, however long in the future people come back and watch this, I like to give them a chance to understand where we are in history. You're still in the rebranding mode. So
we're sort of in the middle of where we're, hopefully our new website will be launching. It should be up and running by the 1st of March. Okay. Our current website is TWAWshootingchapters.org. And we are TWAW Shooting Chapters on Instagram. On Facebook, we are, depending on where you look, but we are TWAW Shooting Chapters is still how you would find us on Facebook. Okay. We will be armedwomen.org will be our new website, and you should be able to find us there around the 1st of March. But if you go to the old website, once the new one is out, it will forward.
Good. So that'll be helpful.
Yeah. So we're still out there. We have a Phoenix office in Phoenix. And like I say, we have chapters in 48 states. If you go to our website, you can search by state and look for a chapter close to you. And we are always happy to have people come visit a meeting and see if it looks like it's the right thing for them, and make those connections. So it's about embracing and helping each other grow.
Absolutely. Well, I am just so thrilled that we happen to find each other at the SHOT Show, which is a huge event every year in Las Vegas. And for two Arizona gals to be able to bump into each other, that was meant to be. And
Absolutely.
and then I was just absolutely thrilled that you accepted my invitation to speak at the rally. Because people can get nervous about, oh, it'll put us in a political light, but you understand that it's not. That was so welcome for me to hear, and I am excited to see you out there on the Capitol lawn on Saturday, February 19th, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. for the big Celebrate and Protect Your Second Amendment Rights rally event.
Well, I am so excited to be there. Thank you for the invitation, both to be with you today and to be part of the rally on the 19th of February. I think it's important that we just continue the conversation about the Second Amendment and why it is important to every single individual in this country, whether you choose to own a gun or not.
Right.
Absolutely. Well said. All right, Miss Helen Moore, we will be seeing you soon.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye. Oh man, that's the thing is we've allowed in too many places across the nation to let our rights become a permission-based system.
I didn't give them permission.
And how is it a right if you need somebody's permission
Right.
to use it? And
Right.
so to see that people will step up and speak out and come together on shows like this and the rally to realign our thinking with what our founders had in mind. Right? That's awesome.
And it's working. We just keep doing this. We just keep it up
Mhm.
because we have this to back it up. Where the other side, all they have is theories and a lot of false promises. I mean, think about all the laws that's been put out there on the books about firearms.
Mhm.
If they removed 90% of those laws, we'd be in the same position we are right now. People that use guns in the crime should be penalized.
Mhm.
So a lot of these laws don't even need to be on the books. So as we get more people involved and friends talk to friends, talk to politicians, we could change this.
Absolutely. And for those of you who are listening and don't have video to see, of course, what I'm holding, what we're referring to is our United States Constitution, which
Yep.
includes our Bill of Rights, which includes our Second Amendment. That is it's the legal constitutional words that protect your natural God-given right to self-defense.
And I've read
Sometimes
this.
people get it turned upside down and they think that the government gave us our rights.
Right.
And that is absolutely not the case.
Right. And I've read this thing. It's
Mhm.
pretty easy to read.
Mhm.
And I can tell you there's no buts in it.
No?
No buts.
So the 27 words that make up the Second Amendment, it doesn't say, but
If it's a cannon, it's too big. If it shoots more than one round, it's too fast. But no, there's no buts.
sound like Droopy Dog.
I was Droopy Dog.
Droopy
Droopy
Dog.
Dog Brandon. I'm here to tell you a little
Or
story.
if somebody has used the same tool you own to do something horrible and evil and murder others, so now you can't, the law-abiding,
Right.
responsible armed citizen can't have that same tool, that it doesn't even follow logic.
Right. Well, they think the police will be there in time. But wait, they're the same ones that are saying defund the police. We don't need the police. But oh wait, there's the ones that are having the high crime in the cities. Right?
Yeah.
So I just give us our rights.
Your
Don't give us
logic
our rights.
train
Leave our
fell
rights
off the
alone. Right.
tracks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. it did.
absolutely. All right. Well,
Hey.
we're gonna scoot on out of here.
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna say wrap it up, didn't you?
I said scoot it out.
Scoot it out.
Boot it out of here.
Scoot on out of here. All right. Until, you know what I forgot to say
Yes.
is if you want to find any of our previous interviews, we have been doing interviews with subject matter experts for years now.
Yes.
So there's a huge body of work out there. We've only been a video-based podcast for a few years, so there's not a ton of videos on our YouTube channel, but please go check out the ones that are there and like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button so you'll stay on top of every interview that we have coming up.
I want to tell you that somebody I talked to a couple days ago said that they listen to our show, but the main thing that they get out of us is going to the website and seeing all the people that have been on the show so that they can reference that.
Absolutely.
So, it's very important.
Tremendous database. So, so two things. So if you want to watch the videos, go to YouTube or GunStreamer or the OpsLens smartphone app. If you want to listen to the interviews, there's many more on there because we were radio long before we were podcast. Then you can click go to gunfreedomradio.com, click the on demand tab and binge listen to your heart's content. And what you're talking about is on the guest tab.
Yes.
Right?
Our guest tab. We have several, hundreds, right?
Hundreds of guests that have been on over the years. And there's photos and links and bios to all of their work. It's a tremendous resource, as Danny's saying. And when you spend time there, we don't hate that.
Right. And you could actually, like you go there on Jeff Knox, look at his site. If you had a question, you could click his thing and he'd answer you. Right?
Absolutely. You're looking at my screen here. Jeff Knox of the Firearms Coalition. His family's been in this national conversation for 2 generations, at least 2 generations. And he's been our guest a few times. And he'll be my co-MC at the rally. So this is the 9th annual Celebrate and Protect the Second Amendment rally event. Is going to be held on Saturday, February 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the lawn of the Arizona State Capitol. It's like a beautiful park setting. It's a family-friendly festival-style event. There's a junior patriot park. Bring the kids, bring the neighbors. It's going to be a wonderful day. Speakers like Miss Helen Moore are going to be all day long. We're going to have like 30 speakers from all walks of life, all focused on supporting, celebrating, protecting the Second Amendment. Be sure to be there. If you want to find out more about that, you can go to the TWARallyaz.com website. Give you all the information on that. All right. Did we do it all?
No, we didn't say pray for our nation, pray for our leaders, pray for the ones we don't like,
especially the ones we don't like.
Why do we not like them?
Because they're not constitutionally
we don't
sound.
know them. We don't go to dinner with them.
Right.
Why don't we like them?
Because they're working against our future, our constitutional rights. Each generation is a bridge from the previous generation to the next to protect and preserve that legacy and that inheritance. And there are people that are actively trying to chip away and destroy that inheritance. And that is what we don't like.
So it's not like we don't like them because they eat $15 ice cream or fence their house in. It's not why we don't like them. We don't like them because they're trying to change our government. They're trying to change our freedoms. And that's what we don't like.
Like Venezuela. Why
Right.
would we want to be more like Venezuela?
Yeah.
Or Australia? Why would we want that?
Right.
We don't.
So
We already have a Venezuela in Australia. We're the United States. We are the grand experiment in freedom.
Right.
Let's keep working on that experiment. Right.
Right. So we're, it's not, we don't dislike you.
Mm-mm.
We dislike what you're trying to do to our country, and you need to stop it right now, or you're going to go into timeout.
Well, at the next election, maybe
That's
we can put a
timeout.
bunch of them in timeout.
I've heard rumors
and hire some new ones.
I heard
with our
rumors
votes.
that some of them are actually dropping out of it completely because they're afraid, and the others are going to lose their seats.
Mhm.
I don't know if they can do it standing up anyway, but so anyway, so there is some good news down the trail. And why is that? Why is it? Because we are finally getting off the sofa and we're talking to congressmen. We are going to rallies. We are voicing our rights. And that is why it's going to change to the better, because we have been silent too long.
Up top, right there. All right. Very good. All right. Well, until next time, be good to each other. Have a great week and God bless.
Bye-bye.